What's up, y'all? My name is Devontae, and I sacrificed my time so you don't have to. I had a long day at work, and honestly, I didn't feel like recording any videos today outside of the WrestleMania 8 video, which I'm still gonna do. I'm gonna do it later on tonight. I'll have it out first thing in the morning. My head hurts right now. This is fucking ridiculous. And I said to myself, you know what? There's no need for a replacement video. I'll probably be done with the video around midnight tonight, and I'll drop it first thing in the morning when everybody wakes up. And of course, this comes across my purview. It's AEW doing AEW things and completely undermining AEW as a company. I don't understand how you can step on your foot so many fucking times until it gets to the point where your foot is broken, bro. Like, how do you not see how fucking terrible of an idea this is? How do you lack so much self-awareness to look around and you not understand what the fuck is bad with your company, and on top of that, not understand currently at the moment what you're doing that's harming the rest of the wrestlers? Not just you, WWE is a part of this nonsense also when it comes to not booking your superstars in the correct position to get the maximum potential out of them without doing the maximum fucking damage. I said it once and I'll say it again, bruh. It's not Triple H. It's not Tony Khan. Shawn Michaels is the best booker currently going today in professional wrestling. He gets it. It's all about the fucking story. It's all about the fucking character. It's all about things that you know for a fact is going to have them connect with the audience. We've been down this road so many fucking times and the stupidity continues. It's a cycle of fucking stupidity. It's all about the fucking wrestling. It's all about the fucking wrestling. How many times do you numbskulls have to get it through your fucking head that all you do when you have these guys go out there and wrestle is have them having to follow the other cliche nonsense that was before them, and no one stands out at all, and all you do is risk injury? Take Edge for an example, and I would have hoped that Edge would have had a lot more common sense than this, because you got to think to yourself that he has to have some kind of sway within his character and creative direction, right? You got to think to yourself there has to be something within his claws that he can determine what he can or cannot do, right? At the very least, have some type of just a teensy-weensy bit of fucking influence. And no, it doesn't really seem that way. It doesn't really feel that way. Edge, what are you doing? AEW, what are we doing here, bro? So I just seen on Collision, apparently, Edge just challenged Malachi Black to a barbed wire steel cage match. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Why? Never mind the fact that Edge just had two multiple hardcore matches within a month from each other, with the other one not even taking place at a pay-per-view, which one can argue that this match probably could have worked with Christian going into the Double or Nothing pay-per-view. That's what I was assuming they were going to do, something along the lines of, not a barbed wire steel cage, mind you, but have a spectacular blow-off match at Double or Nothing. We're skipping pages here. We're skipping chapters here. In what manner, in what way, what build do we have to look at a match like this and say to ourselves, this is fucking necessary? I would have much preferred seeing Edge and Malachi just going out there and doing their thing one-on-one. We haven't even gotten a singles match out of them yet, and you're talking about a barbed wire steel cage match? Tell me, why is this necessary, Tony? I tell you why. I'll tell you why it's necessary. It's necessary because he's not thinking straight at the moment. Everything is just a desperation, throw at the wall, I hope it sticks moment. Nothing of what you're currently doing at the moment with Edge makes any fucking sense whatsoever. Whether we're talking about the Christian feud, whether we're talking about the fact that a fucking Hall of Famer, one of the greatest wrestlers in the history of the business, is holding a mid-card title in your company. This is supposed to be the guy that is replacing CM Punk as a name, right? So why don't you treat him in that manner? He is a mid-card champion. His feud with Christian, the only thing that was going strong and keeping that company afloat, has now been completely tarnished, completely ruined, blown off randomly on an episode of fucking Dynamite that arguably probably didn't do any fucking numbers, at least not comparable to what the fuck it could have done as far as numbers are considered money-wise in regards to a gate if you knew what the fuck you were doing. Not to just mention the fact that this could have been surrounded around the World Championship match, which, by by the way, now you're starting to put Christian into when it doesn't fucking matter and it feels like filler with him, while at the same time your world champion feels like he's taking a back seat to another fucking feud, another fucking angle that doesn't even feel like it's meeting this maximum potential because it's another fucking gimmick match tied to it, which by the way, that's a gimmick match on top of a gimmick match. None of this makes any fucking sense, and it just does more as far as a detriment to Edge's career. How does Edge himself not see this? You've been in the business for how long now? No one is saying that you have to look at Vince McMahon like some grandeur person to professional wrestling, but he's done enough. At the very least, the people around him at least influenced him as far as knowing that he's done enough to always make what matters the most again, I can't stress this enough. This is the word of the fucking video, the phrase of the fucking maximum potential. Bro, you haven't even had a one-on-one match with Malachi yet. You blew off the match with Christian prematurely. If you really wanted to do this match, it could have been theoretically with Christian, considering you've been feuding with the man since October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. We're talking about nearly 8 months of build that could have legitimately blown up. That could have been one of your longest running feuds in the company's history that is blowing up in a steel cage match. And that should have been for the world championship. This company is so shit. It's such a trash company. They don't make any sense in regards to what they do. Edge and Christian could have had so much build for the world championship going into a steel cage match. You could have done something in regards to Swerve Strickland doing, anything to get a number one contender shot. Maybe against Christian at the next show. Or maybe it could have been a special event, because I don't think Edge could have won this match or should have won this match. Maybe Christian could have retained his world championship and Swerve Strickland could have won the belt on a special episode of Dynamite, if you will. Anything. Swerve could have fucking done something. Trust me, if you wanted to fucking do it, you could have fucking done it, because you're a boss and you could have worked out something, whether it's money. You're so busy spending fucking two-digit worth fucking amount of money for millions of dollars for Sasha Banks, who didn't do a fucking thing to your ratings, for Okada, who hasn't done a fucking thing for your ratings, or Will Ospreay, who hasn't done anything for your ratings. You mean to tell me whatever problems or issue that Hangman Adam Page is going through right now at the moment could have been put aside for you to actually do a blow-off match with him and Swerve Strickland? Me personally, 2 gimmick matches is all you fucking needed. That fucking steel cage match with Edge and Christian for the world championship could have been one thing, and who knows, maybe a last man standing match, a Texas death match, whatever you might have to want to do with Swerve and or maybe not a Texas death match, because they already did that. You can't even book properly around this company because they keep blowing up shit so fucking fast, and none of it makes any sense because you keep doing these kinds of gimmicks for lower tier superstars on the regular show, so they don't even mean much when you do them on the pay-per-view. You're ruining the concept of the gimmick. You're not making any sense as far as why you're doing these storylines. You're not making any sense as to how these storylines come to a conclusion. You're jumping right next to the next. It's a universe mode. It's a universe mode simulation. I don't know what else to say. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Tony Khan has absolutely no idea what he's doing, and it's baffling. It's so fucking easy. And if all you knew how to fucking do was to book professional wrestling, then this would be easy to you, Tony. This would be so fucking obvious. Why isn't it so fucking hard? Why is it so difficult where you just tell stories and angles? I don't know if it has anything to do with laziness. Does it have anything to do with cost cutting? Which, by the way, all that cost cutting, again, you wouldn't be doing if you weren't trying to fucking put millions upon millions of dollars of bringing in superstars to boost your fucking viewership numbers for that one specific week, and it having no long-term meaning going throughout the rest of the company for the years going forward. Nothing, I can't repeat this enough, nothing makes sense. And then these AEW fanboys, they're the most irritating motherfuckers in the world because they see this booking and they just don't give a shit about the company. They just say retarded shit like, let him cook. This is not cooking. This is burning. Not even fucking undercooking. You're burning. There's a turkey in the oven and it's been sitting in there for about fucking 10 months. Take it out of the fucking oven. It's done. It's done. Now let's put some seasoning on it. Let's do some stuff to it. Inject some fucking jerk chicken inside it. And more importantly, let's make some fucking side dishes to surround the turkey so we don't have to focus directly on the turkey, but the turkey is the main course in the end of the fucking day. Do you get what I'm saying to you, Tony? The turkey is the main course in the end of the fucking day, but make side dishes with it. This is such an irritating position because I'm a wrestling fan and I just so desperately want to see a company compete with WWE, because even though they may have awesome moments, and trust me, when WWE does something awesome, it makes you happy to be a professional wrestling fan, but that doesn't take away from the fact that they have a bunch of terrible shit. For one awesome thing, there's 10 terrible things, and I just want a company to make sure that those 10 terrible things turn into 2 or maybe 3 terrible things, and on the opposite end, we get 11 or 15 great things with one awesome thing on top. And AEW is not that guy. AEW is not that competitor. They have no fucking clue what they're doing. They took a guy like Edge, the person who was supposed to be replacing CM Punk, and they have made him a mid-carder. They made Edge a fucking mid-carder. Let me repeat. They made Adam Copeland, they made fucking Edge a 13-time world champion in WWE, a Hall of Famer, a legend, a part of one of the greatest tag teams in the history of the fucking pro wrestling business, one of the most decorated champions in the history of pro wrestling, one of the biggest names currently in the industry working full-time. They turned Edge into a fucking mid-carder. How do you turn Edge? You turned Edge into a fucking mid-carder. And people sit back and they say to themselves that this is a good thing, and I'm back here. And I'm having to pace back and forth and look myself in the mirror and say, this is not true. What dimension am I living? What alternative fucking universe am I living in? For people, okay. I grew up on Edge. He's one of the few superstars who I watched his first match in WWE. It was with one of the Los Boricuas guys back in May of 1998. I watched Edge debut. I watched him go from a lower tier star to one of the greatest tag team competitors in the history of the business, to one of the solid mid-card guys and up-and-coming wrestlers in the early 2000s, to a bona fide fucking main eventer, to a fucking Hall of Famer, and you literally took him and brought him back to 2002. How? You literally regressed the man 20 years in regards to spots. And you're trying to portray him still as a guy who has wisdom and he can go out there and he can give advice. And my golly gee willikers, we need someone like Edge, the guy who is supposedly supposed to be replacing CM Punk. CM Punk, the guy who is your biggest draw in the company. You mean to tell me your idea of replacing CM Punk is bringing in Edge, bringing him down to mid-card status, and thinking that's a good fucking idea? I can't be the only one who's looking at this and they're saying to themselves, what the fuck is going on? And these people, they never can combat any of the fucking the stance. This is obvious stance. This stance is so fucking obvious, and people's fucking retaliation to shit like this is don't watch. They're telling me, a fan of professional wrestling for nearly 30 years, and they've probably been watching it longer than they fucking jacked off, which is probably like 5 seconds, if that. I'm giving them a little bit of a head start, to be perfectly honest with you. These people probably have watched wrestling as long as a fucking snail has taken to go to the next level. I'm making up retarded fucking metaphors. That's how fucking crazy this is right now. This is how fucking fucked. I'm fucked right now. I am fucked. My mind is fucked right now just talking about this. My mind is completely fucked. They come to the defense of the stance by telling you to not watch wrestling, even though they just started watching wrestling probably 1/5 of the time it took you to watch professional wrestling overall, and you being the 5th. It's asinine. It's absolutely asinine. It's asinine. It's like when you see these colleges being overtaken by these fucking mobs and they're protesting about shit that they have no fucking understanding of as far as what they're protesting. And they want demands, even though they've been in high school since last year and they're coming to college and they think they can just make fucking demands because they want to protest something, because they want to fit in so badly and get likes on social media. These are the same people who are talking on the AEW forums, on Twitter, on the YouTube comment section, telling you to don't worry about AEW. Don't think about AEW. Don't worry about Adam Copeland. He's in good hands. Adam Copeland is a mid-carder. You turned Edge into a mid-carder. And this is I'm losing my mind. AEW is making me lose my mind. I don't know what to do. It's like he's such a retard. I don't know. Everybody who makes the decisions within this company creatively, they are retards. And I don't know how to get out of their own. I don't know how to get out of the way. I'm trying my best to get some type of understanding here. It's so obvious. Help us love the characters. help us get engaged with whatever story that they're doing at the fucking moment. No one cares about the matches, especially when you do the same fucking concept for every goddamn nobody, and then they take that match concept that has no relevance to whatever fucking story that they're doing, and you completely ruin that match type and that fucking gimmick right there. So when a person of actual established name needs that fucking gimmick in order to tell their story in the correct manner, it doesn't mean anything because you've done the fucking match type so many times for nobodies on a fucking episode of goddamn Rampage. They took Sky Blue and powerbombed her through a fucking table with barbed wire on top of another table after a thumbtack spot with Sky fucking Blue. I'm done. I'm losing. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I've never in my life. I can't even think straight. I've never been a professional wrestling fan and have felt this, not even agitated or irritated. I am gobsmacked. I am gobsmacked by the stupidity of AEW. I know people are in the comment section like, Devontae, calm down. Calm down, Devontae. Calm down. Calm down. You want me to calm down? Just make professional wrestling great again. Make it to make sense. None of this makes any fucking sense. We haven't even seen Malachi Black in a singles match. Maybe he was in a singles match on Collision, but no one watches Collision. No one watches your gay-ass shows. But Dynamite, I have yet to even see Malachi wrestle in a one-on-one match in almost 2 years. And you're putting him in a barbed wire steel cage match barely a month after Copeland had his match with Christian. That was a blow-off on Dynamite, which fucking double or nothing is right there. It's maddening. Nothing, absolutely nothing this company is doing makes any bit of fucking sense. And then their fucking fans run to their defense and then they say, don't worry about it. I need a straitjacket. And put me in a padded room and then lock the door. Not for protecting myself, but for protecting society. Because this is the kind of shit that's going to make me go out there and I'm going to skibbity something. I'm going to skibbity the shit out of some AEW. I promise you I'm going to skibbity the fuck out of AEW. I love you guys. I love you AEW fans. You guys are all professional wrestling fans. We're all friends. We're all wrestling fans together in this world of wrestling. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get some weed, and I'm gonna snort it. I'm gonna snort the weed. That's what I'm gonna fucking snort the weed. I'm gonna fucking snort the weed. That is exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna go eat some pizza. I'm gonna snort weed and eat some pizza, and no one's gonna fucking stop me. I'm out of here. Tell me your comments in the comment section. Someone make this make any fucking sense. No one's gonna make this any. No one. You can't make this make any sense. Everything in wrestling is stupid. Everything in wrestling is dumb. Everything in wrestling will turn you into a fucking mental case. I swear, I'm surprised I have any hair left with how fucking retarded wrestling is nowadays and its fucking fans. I gotta get out of here. I got to. Deuces. P. Ice. I'm losing my mind.